Hi, it's Teresa with CraftyWithTheresa. Well, today, if you're looking for ways to help you with your scrapbook layouts and take away some of that overwhelming feeling of putting it together, stick with me. We're going to go through that in today's video. First, I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. Now, if you love scrapbooking, but you don't always like the decision fatigue that kind of comes with it, you're going to love this project. We're diving into the Beach Time Scrapbook Kit, and I'm going to show you exactly what's included, how the guide works, and how you can follow it while still making the layouts your own. I'll start by walking you through all the supplies. Then I'll show you two completed layouts for inspiration. After that, we'll slow things down and we'll build that third layout together, step by step. And for those of you who've been watching me for a while, I tend to change things up a bit sometimes along the way. So let's get comfortable and let's start scrapbooking. First, we have the designer series paper, and I love this paper. I love the mix of it because you can do beachy themes. You could also even do vacation photos, summer memories, everyday moments. It's very versatile. The die cuts, I think they're such a time saver and they help the layouts come together. These coordinating sticker sheets, I think are great because you've got several sentiments, you've got accents, you've got embellishments. And my favorite part are those extra special pages that are available only in the kit, and it makes them feel extra special for memory keeping. Now, I'll quickly show you this guide. It comes with the kit. It gives you a clear layout instructions, the measurements and placement ideas, which are fantastic if you like structure and you're just getting started with scrapping, or even if you just want a no muss, no fuss scrapbook day. Here's a look at layout one completely finished. Follow the guide pretty close. You'll see how polished it looks. Again, straight out of the kit. Now, I say straight out of the kit, but I kind of use that loosely. You see here that I don't have the photo mats on here, but I do have the measurements of what those photos will be. I do have the pieces of the stickers that are in there and the other cutout pieces from page one, layout one. Now, on the second page, the right-hand side of layout one, on the left, the yellow strip is directly out of the sticker sheet. The beach is out of there, the vibes is out of there, and a lot of the other items that are down here on your right are all coming from the sticker sheet and die cuts. And I wanted to point out, so cute how they multi-purposed items. On the strip on the left, you have the sticker with the little yellow dots in there, and look what they did on the bottom right. They added those dots down to the bottom right. What a great idea to get two birds with one stone on this sticker sheet. All we have left to do is add some additional embellishments and our photos, and this two-page scrapbook layout is ready to go for those family photo memories. Let's take a look at layout number two. Slightly different feel, but it still coordinates if you want to include it with the two-page layout number one. I love the colors. I think the patterns flow great, and I think it even has its own personality. One thing I wanted to point out is the layout number two. I like this for the reason that it is a situation where you could actually use those as individual pages. And you'll see that's kind of how I set this up. I did loosely change a few things on this layout, but the big thing is you have opportunities to either make these two single page layouts, or you can actually make it a 2-page layout. You can see here we used a lot of die cuts. I wanted to point out how sun came together. But then I also noticed, oh, while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and straighten out a few of these items that I got crooked. I think the important part about what Stampin' Up! Is now doing on their kits is they're giving you so many options. For example, that word sun can be used in 2 separate layouts. You can use the white letters that were inserted into those little tickets and take a look. You can take them and you can highlight them and make them different colors to fit another title for another layout, or you can do like we've done here, which is we placed it over the cardstock, and now we have the word sun popping out in that manner. Now for the fun part. Let's create layout number 3 together. I'll start with using the guide, but I already have a few photos in mind, so I will probably be making some small adjustments along the way. This is where scrapbooking becomes really personal. Now, for this layout, you will be using the orange Timid Tiger as your frame, and then this white willow cardstock, which I, for some reason, didn't catch that on my videotape. And so the white willow cardstock will be cut down, and then you will be placing your items on this particular white willow. You won't see that. You'll see it a little bit later. Now, after you've cut this down, which I will have to go back and look at those directions, but it is in the actual instructions. I believe that is, one second, let me grab it and check. Oh, check it out. It is 11 by 11. So you won't see it here, but that will be in the final copy. But here are some photo inserts. Here are some of the other items that we have here. And we'll take these pieces and we'll start pulling them together. I'm going to show you a couple tips in this section, and then we'll pull them together with that white willow on the bottom. One thing I did want to share is that what I will do is I will grab all the pieces, place them out, and then I'll go back and start putting them together. So one other tip is you will see on the bottom where that mound of beach sand is, I have taken several items that were in the sticker sheet, and I'm actually using my embossing buddy, they call it, and I'm actually taking the sticker off of it and gently placing on the back of that sand because I know it goes with this layout. That's how I can kind of keep it together. Not saying it happens all the time, but I try to keep it together. Then I'll grab those strips that we've actually cut out. And then there's some of these are already cut for you. They're actually tickets, and we'll get those put together, look at those and see how that's going to play out. I grabbed the other stickers, and then we'll start placing it onto our white willow cardstock. So before we move on from the white willow cardstock, I did want to mention, and I'll grab the other page. If you remember, the specialty page had those beautiful palm trees in there, or I think they're palm trees. And I wanted to make sure that before I put the white willow cardstock down that I had it on the right side. And in this case, it happens to be on the lighter side of Timid Tiger. So I just kind of did that real quick. Next, I'll just start putting my placement together. I have a few items here, stickers on the left, have some journaling areas, have some stars. So I just kind of laid them all out here for you. And then our next tip that I wanted to show you is this is one of those examples where I mentioned that you could change the color of those die cuts. But they actually took it and they kind of made an ombre look on the top. And what we are going to do is we're going to take some Daffodil Delight and a blending brush, and we're going to actually blend it from the top, and we're just only going to blend it about halfway down, and we'll just keep blending it until we get the colors we want. I still want the yellowish look on the top, but then if you make the yellow and the blue together, it kind of makes that green in the middle. So it really turned out good, and I really like how this turned out. And once we're finished with that, we'll go ahead and we'll start actually adding things onto the white willow. Not a lot of information on this. You can do this as you wish. I will point out something if you didn't notice when I first showed the actual layout instruction guide, there were some lavender um, colors in the strips. Well, if you've been watching me, you know that I've kind of always got something else working in the background. And I actually have a preschool layout that I'm working on, and I thought it would be good to include those lavender colors in my preschool layout. So I did change this design a little bit, took the lavenders out so that I could use it in another scrapbook layout, which will be coming soon. Then I grabbed the star and I decided I would go ahead and add some Daffodil Delight around that star. We'll put the rest of these pieces together, and this page is finished and ready to go. Now, I do have, if you see on the 3x3 photo, I believe that is, there are some of our stickers that are just sitting there, and all that is I am holding on to those until I make a decision on the photos. I did want to explain one thing about the photos and about the sun. I did place the sun down, but I put some removable tape on the top, and that allowed me to have some opening there in case I want to change that 3x3 and change it into a larger photo. I did the same thing with those strips. There's only a portion of those strips that are laying down because I may go ahead and change the size of those two photos. I know what these are going to, and so I don't want to secure those photo layouts there, but I wanted you to see that this is similar to what is being posted out there. Now we'll go to the right-hand side of this layout, and this is another situation where they've given you the opportunity, because you have additional titles, to make single page layouts here. I love, love, love this specialty paper. It is just so perfect for us because we do lots of beach vacations. So I'm just going to grab all these pieces. These are die cuts. I don't even think I have a sticker in here. I'm trying to remember. Yes, I do have some stickers. Did you see I've got them on the back of that die cut? Just sitting there trying to decide where they're going to go. And so this one was a little tough because I knew that I was not going to make this a pool layout because I knew I was going to be using it on the beach. So some of the wording and items had to be more tailored to what I'm going to need. So this one I struggled a little bit. Still the same items. I did put the word sun up there at the top. Right now it's just kind of sitting there because I haven't quite decided yet if that's what I'm going to do, but I'm ready to go. I don't have a lot of pool here, mostly beach wording here at the bottom, like holiday vacation, things like that. Now, as I'm putting the photos in my mind, as I create, I'm actually checking it for spacing and changing the size of the photos as I need to. But I'm pretty close to sticking with the plan here today. So if something doesn't feel right, I just move it. I love how the pages are basically kind of telling different stories. And because I have so many books that I'm working on at one time, it works out great for me because I can put a 2-page scrapbook layout in 3 books just by putting this kit together. Now, if you're interested in the Beach Time Scrapbook Kit, Just so you know, the information is in my description box below. Feel free to jump onto my Stampin' Up! Site and do a little shopping. If you enjoyed this scrapbooking along with me today, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you'd like more guided, relaxing scrapbook sessions like this one, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today. And until next time, have a great day.